All right, the first rank in the company that you're going to go for is executive. And executive is whenever I sign up 2 people under me. So I'm going to sign up Kelly and Jessica. And then once they get to 400, I'm going to be an executive. All right, and then I have 2 under me already. And then I'm going to sign up Megan. So I have 3 people under me. And Kelly is just going to repeat the process. And she is going to sign up 2 people under her.
So I signed up, Michelle, and that's going to make me executive as long as I am commission qualified, and she gets her 400 and she gets her 400. You guys talk louder. Oh, thank you. Just hold on. I said once Michelle and Amanda both hit 400 in their boxes and I am commission qualified, that makes me her executive leg.
Okay, she is my executive. They're going to tell you how they each got to 400.
Okay. I had my launch party and signed 3 loyals. I also had one girl interested that didn't want to do the 3-month auto ship. So she ordered as a retail customer and put me to 320 PBV. I then ran my 80 BB auto shipment and I am now at 400. Yay!
I had my launch party and got 3 loyals. I also had 2 wrap parties and got 6 loyals total from those. I am now above my 400 PBV.
I just signed up a week ago. I posted a couple of It Works pictures on Facebook about 3 times a day. I gained 4 loyal customers just from that. I now have 400 BV with my loyals and auto ship added up. I also got my 120 product credit because I got my 4 LCs in 30 days.
Yay. You go, girl. I signed up a couple weeks ago and haven't really been pushing because I am busy with work. But I did post once on Facebook and got a loyal. And I handed out a stack of Blitz cards to my friend who does hair. So I signed 3 loyals with big orders. I am now above 400. This has been really easy, and I'm starting to see everyone does want what we have. I just have to tell them. Okay, now once I have my executive and my legs, my 2 qualified legs, I'm a Ruby, and I get my $500 bonus. It's pretty much just finding people that want to sell under you and have them do what you did.
What's the average pay a month for?
The average pay for Ruby is $5.99. Plus you get the $500 bonus. That's $250 for 2 months. So.
Thank y'all. Okay guys, the next section is tips from the top. Destiny, Allie, Deborah, Erica, and Devin. Yeah, y'all come up here, please. Hey, y'all. Please get up here. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell y'all my story real quick while these ladies are walking up here. I saw Jessica Aver's pictures on Facebook in March of 2012, and I messaged her on Facebook. We went to high school together, so we knew each other for a long time. We played softball together. Her dad was my coach, so I could ask her just about anything. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she called me, talked to me for 45 minutes. I hung up the phone and said, "That's the biggest load of BS I've ever heard in my life." I did not believe that her picture did that. There was no way. So, continue to watch her on Facebook. She's doing awesome, by the way. This was when she was, I think, double or triple. And Jennifer Dickman had joined. Went to high school with her, too. My husband was full-time Army at the time, and due to Department of Defense budget cuts, we lost $1,500 a month. I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I had a choice. I could go back to work as a social worker, help a whole lot of people, make not a lot of money, and have somebody else raise my kids. That wasn't something that I wanted to do. So I had been watching them, and I said, okay, if I try this wrap thing and it works, I can help so many people. So I called Jessica. Well, she lived in Zachary. I lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi at the time. So she sent Jennifer, which was still an hour and a half away. But she showed up at my house with her 2 kids and her mom, and she wrapped me. By the end of the conversation, I called Brian, and I told him I was going to spend $100 and make us some money. I was not someone who rose to the top very quickly. But what I did do was I got more customers than anybody else at that time, and I had the highest volume on our team. So there are different ways to make money in this company. But we're going to talk 2 tips from the top. These ladies all got to diamond and double pretty quickly, and we're going to hear what they have to say about it.
Okay, is this one on? Okay, awesome. Miss Alex, how long have you been in it work?
I signed up July 31st of last year, so I just made a year.
Awesome. Okay, so these are questions that Rachel and I put together, but we also posted on the NOLA team page, and these are questions that you all want to know about. So, Allie, how crucial is personal growth, and what are some of the things that you do?
Personal growth is really important. When I first got in the business, I had never even heard of personal growth. Our leader Jessica really pushed it on us, and that's when I started getting into it. At first, when I got in this company, I really thought it was all about me, how much money I can make, what is this business going to do for me. But once I started digging into personal growth books and really, praying a lot, getting into church, I just realized that it's not about me. Yeah, personal growth helped me as a person, gave my confidence, but it taught me that you have to love on other people and love on your team, and that's where, that's where the success really comes from. So I read a lot. Jessica told us about the podcast app on iPhones. That's huge for me. I go to church. I try it every week. I read a lot of books. The GoPro book by Eric Warwick was huge for me. Katie let me borrow it, and ever since then, I just try to read as much as I can.
That's awesome. So here's a question from one of you out there. I think there's too many distributors that live in my area. How can I make money?
I get this all the time, and my first thing is, I'm from an area, like I said, there's not even a gas station till 15 minutes away. And we just moved, and now we live in Sunset, which is only a population of about 3,000 people. My other Double Diamond leader, Katie, also lives in Sunset, and there's 2 other Double Diamonds in Sunset as well. So with only 3,000 people, there's 4 Double Diamonds in the same area. You get a lot of people that are going to come in and out of the company. There's many people that in one area they could be selling, but not all those people are going to make it. A lot of the people are going to drop out. It just depends on you, if you're going to stay in it and be successful in your own town.
That's awesome. Good deal, good deal. All right, so Miss Devin, what does a typical day look like in your business? What's your favorite places to live and why?
A typical day, that's kind of like a loaded question for me, but whenever I get up, go to work, as soon as I get to work, I can tell at that point how busy I'm going to be at work, so I'll make one point and post, and then I'll either set up posts for my Hootsuite, which is a really awesome app. If you're busy, don't let that be your excuse. This app will post for you all day long. So if I think I'm going to be busy at work that day, I'll go ahead and set up a couple different scheduled posts for that day. I also remind myself not to make it all about it works all day long, add some personal posts in there. And then I always, I go through fast food restaurants, I always give them a Blitz card because some of those people up there don't want to work there forever. So I try to share the business opportunity with them too. That's about the day in the...
So what if you get somebody that, say they came from that fast food restaurant, they say, there's no way I can afford this $99 business kit. I heard there's this $80 auto shipment every month. Y'all have a $20 website fee. That's too much money. It's too much effort. I can't do this.
Right, and a lot of people that does freak them out. we can pre-sell wraps. If it's somebody close that I know, I might let them borrow a box of wraps and give it back to me whenever theirs comes in. And also with the auto ships, your first goal is to get those 4 loyal customers. With those 4 loyal customers, you're going to get 2 wrap rewards. You're going to buy those wrap rewards for $25 a piece, and you're going to end up making $150 off of those, right? Yeah. And so you can go ahead and set up 2 auto ships basically on that, so you can have your first month and your second month already paid for. And I try to remind people and go ahead and get them motivated to that point that after those 2 months, you already got those, and then when you get your free product in, you can go ahead and put that back too if you sell those wraps outright. After that, you're not even going to be worried about the $20 or the $80 coming out, because if you're working your business, you're going to be making that money. You ain't going to be worried about that auto ship.
Exactly. That's awesome. Okay, Miss Destiny. So you have a small child. How do you work your business?
100% social media, first off, and no matter what you don't make your why your excuse. That's the number one thing. If you really want it, no matter what, you'll find a way or you'll find an excuse. It's completely up to you.
I can't tell you how many people have said, oh, I can't do this because, take the because out of it. I can do this because I'm going to do this. It's just a matter of making up your mind.
If they had to run around on stage, we just have to
okay, if y'all have not seen the video of Olive Garden a year and a half ago, Jessica's standing up there, and she's big and pregnant, so she can't even see what's under her belly. Y'all, those kids were like running and running and running, and she's standing up there just talking.
And then when she finally realizes that they're actually doing this, she says, Ronnie says, oh, and then goes and gets them after 2 minutes.
So yeah, you can definitely work this in. In fact, my daughter, I keep my Blitz cards in my back pocket. In fact, when I go try on clothes, I make sure that they can fit because I don't like a purse. And my daughter will come up behind me, Mommy, you forgot. Or, Mommy, can I give it to her now? So get your kids involved. I mean, they love all this stuff too. They talk about the greens all the time. So, Destiny, how do you stay positive? Say, like, you're not moving as fast as you want to, or your team isn't working the way that you wish that they would. How do you stay positive? How do you keep them motivated?
You can't motivate anybody. All you can do is inspire them. That's plain and simple. I can sit here and talk all day to somebody that does not want this and keep on talking, and they ain't going to do anything until they say, hey, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to make money, I'm ready to change mine and my family's lives and help other people. Until then, nothing's going to change. Personal growth. That's all I can tell them to do. Not for everybody. And just stay positive. Keep on going. Never give up. Because if I would have gave up, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Now we've got, let's see, Miss Deborah. How important are good relationships among your team members? Because we deal with a lot of people every day.
It is so important to build relationships with your team. I tell people from the beginning, you know, I'm here for you. I'm not going to throw you to the wolves. I'm going to help you every step of the way. And even if I have people that join up underneath other people, I tell them, I give them my number, introduce myself. You can come to me for anything. And it's just so important to know that you're there for them, and if they have any questions or anything, that you'll be there and guide them along the way.
Awesome. So how many days, how many hours in a day, or how many hours in a week do you actually work your business? And how do you fit it into your daily life?
All day, basically. I mean, I have a very lenient job where, you know, I can access my phone and everything, but, you know, if I can't answer people at the time, I'll answer them later or guide them to the right place. But, I mean, I spend a good maybe 5-6 hours a day just on my phone going back and forth with people. But, you know, just to be there for people when they have questions, it's good to be there for them. So.
This is a question for everybody because this is something that we all deal with every day. How many times, or is there anybody in here who's been told no? About the product, about the business, about you walking up to them with a card and they run away before you can even give it to them? Okay. I believe it. So, and probably walk away as a distributor when he's done it. But, so what happens when somebody tells you no? Who wants to take that one? You can, if you want, and you can pass the mic to somebody else.
I will. Okay, here we go. And no does not mean no.
That's right.
It means not.
Exactly.
And the number one thing in this business you have to be able to handle is rejection, because you will get it. Just because it's for us doesn't mean it's for everybody, but somebody can have a life-changing event, losing their job, whatever it is. Be polite, say, okay, follow along with you, follow up with you later on. And you never know, they might come back to you, but no, unless they're blocking you, don't leave them alone.
Yeah, and this business is all about consistency too, y'all. Getting a no, I always follow up with those people a couple more times, and then I might leave them alone for a while. And I cannot tell you how many people that I talked to when I first signed up, 3 months later, they call me. And they're like, oh, so you're still with it? It's all about consistency, y'all. When they see that you don't quit and you keep going and you believe in your products, they're going to come back. A no is not a no.
One of the things I want to talk about, where the product, as well as being a distributor, follow-up is huge. A lot of times people take your card and they mean to call you. It's not that they don't want to. They might put it in their pocket and forget about it. I had a girl call me 6 months later. She was cleaning out her purse and found my card. She's been my customer since that day, and that was 2.5 years ago. You have to follow up with people. They don't mean to not become your customer or your distributor. Life gets in the way. That $99 that they were going to pay on a business builder kit, something happened to their car and they had to buy new tires. It's not that they don't want this. It's that life happens. And you have to understand that and then be there for them when they're ready. But you have to also remind them that you're still there too. So what are some ways that y'all follow up?
I keep the follow-up short that Katie made for us. She got the idea from another, I think she's presidential. But what it is, it's just a follow-up short. You put the name of the person, then you put LC or DT, or customer distributor, whatever they're interested in, or both. Put their contact information, and then there's like 20 boxes, little square boxes, and every time I follow up with that person, I put the date in the box. And when they sign up, I just highlight their name, but I continue to follow up with them because I want to build relationships with them. And that's really helped us. Helped our team tremendously. The majority of us are using it. And I heard this from someone, I don't know who it was, but someone said that it takes an average person 21 exposures to something before they give into it. So if you're only following up with somebody 2 or 3 times and giving up and they don't want it, then you're missing out, because I followed up with people 15 to 20 times before they signed up with me. And so I've learned that that's what you have to do. You're not harassing them unless they tell you to leave them alone. So I guess I bother people, I don't know, until they sign up, and that hurts for me.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do is I don't mean to bother you, but I'm just wondering, have you thought about it? Are you ready? Do you have any questions? Or would you like to go to a party or whatever? Voice it in a way that's not going to be sales-based. This is a business about building relationships, and when they know that you really do care, when you're the one who notices other than in the gym that you have something for them, or they're a new mom, they really need money, they don't want to go back to work, you can help them. But having that follow-up, asking how they're doing while you're mentioning how you can help them, that's what I'm doing.
And if they don't reply, we've been using the message. We'll message them again a few days later. Hey, did I offend you in any way? I hope I didn't. I'm sorry. I apologize. But if you're still interested, just let me know. I'm here. And that's the key. Like you said, like Destiny said, staying in the business and being consistent with it. They're gonna see, she's been in the business. She's still posting a year later or however long. I'm gonna go with her. She's serious about it, so it must be real.
Awesome. Okay, guys, that's about it. Tips in the back.
Thank you all. That was awesome. Okay, I'm so excited for this. It's our first time to try it. Social media panel. Katie Fontenot has some awesome stuff she wants to show y'all. And Ashley Jacobs, yes.
I thought I'd be more comfortable standing. There's a lot of people. Social media is super important. Whenever I run this business, my son was only 3 weeks old, so I didn't have time to do parties or anything. Well, I guess that was just my excuse. But since I've started this business, about 99% of my success has been from social media. And I thought I was good at first until we went to a conference in January and we were introduced to our new social media guru, John Eric. And that's a picture of him. I can't see, but I think it's mine of him. And ever since he's come into this business and helping us with social media, I feel like my social media success has grown like so much since then. We have what's on there, you can see it up there, the 100-day social media adventure. It's something that he came up with, I guess, with other people. And whenever you sign up, it is $99 if you miss the $50 conference thing. But each day, whenever you sign up, you get a video a day, and it's going to help you for 100 days, and it's going to teach you how to use Facebook, how to use Instagram, basically every social tool that we have out there. And if you really aren't good with Facebook or you don't know if you're doing it right, he's the one that's going to tell you if you're doing it right or not. And I love it. I still pay the $7.99 a month to watch his videos whenever I want to. And that's what the adventure support is for, that you're going to be paying that $7.99 a month after that to keep on getting his videos, being able to access everything. So after our last conference in January, he was saying things like share your adventure rather than being too adsy on Facebook. And I guess I didn't realize what that was until I started sharing more. I started sharing more pictures of myself. I started sharing more pictures of the people I get to meet in this business. And basically, I was just sharing my journey through It rather than just posting pictures of what I had for sale or before and afters. And he gives a lot of great tips. And if you haven't listened to the family call from last week, I suggest that you go and listen to it because it was Pam Satter with John Eric last week, last Monday. It was the Show Me the Money call. And he said some more things on there that basically gave me an aha moment where, yes, he's giving you all these tips for success on how to be successful with social media, but these are just the tools to enhance everything that we have, which is blitzing and wrapping and repeating that process. So don't forget, even though that you're super good at social media, don't forget that you have the tools already to be successful with this business, which is your blitz cards and your wraps that you need to get out there. So definitely look into the $99 adventure. Super worth the investment, and I think y'all would enjoy it. Oh yes, and you can sell this as a social customer now. You can go to anyone that you know, whether they own their own business or whether they're in another network marketing company. This will teach them how to use social media as well. And if they become a social customer, you'll get $99 BV from that. 99 BV, same thing. But you can market this to other people. It's going to be under your pack section.
And you just give people your website like you would a loyal customer, a retail customer, and they can actually boost your volume from that as well. Okay.
So at Green Carpet, guys, I believe she was an ambassador. We were talking about how when we do drawings, if they don't win, you can call and say, hey, you didn't win, but you can buy a wrap. And then we were just kind of laughing because we're like, in what other business can you call somebody that they didn't win and say, hey, you didn't win, but you can still pay me? And so it's kind of the same thing with that. You can say, hey, you might sell X, Y, or Z, but guess what? Like, we have something that can help your business too. And they don't technically have to be your It Works customer. So talk to your friends that sell other stuff. One of the things that I'm going to go over is how social media is so important for your business. I know the majority of us in here have gotten the majority of our business from social media. If you haven't, tops off to you or hats off to you, because it's a lot easier for people that have full-time jobs to post on Facebook and build it up at first like that. That's exactly what I did, and if any of y'all haven't heard of Hootsuite or Buffer, go ahead in the App Store right now and download it, because that takes that excuse out of your book of what to say why you can't do it, because it allows you to schedule your post and it posts them for you. So then you won't be able to say, oh, well, I have a full-time job, I couldn't post this week. So that's just one of the ways that we can kind of get it out of there. Social media, guys, it's funny, people like to see you spend time with your family, they like to see you spend time with your kids. So post more about the little adventures that It Works is giving you. If you get to go eat lunch with your son, take a picture with him, post It Works. Thanks for It Works, thank gosh I can do this, X, Y, and Z. Another reason social media, everybody keeps talking about consistency. When you're handing out blitz cards, you want to make sure you're getting their name, say they can be entered into a free drawing, follow up with those people. But with social media, you have an audience watching you every single day. So use that audience to your advantage, and don't forget that, okay? If you have Upline, for example, or other It Works sisters, you can tell when people aren't focused on the business by how much they're posting. Your audience is watching that and noticing that, and they'll go to the rap person next to you that is consistent and is posting and is showing how It Works is changing their lives.
That was really good. The next one is, how do I stand out? Okay, so this is good for a lot of people who say, okay, there's so many distributors already that sell in my area. Well, the thing is, in this past Green Carpet, John Eric was talking about how there are, like a normal person on a regular day basis sees about 5,000 ads a day. And you look and you think, wow, that's crazy, there's no way. But from radio stations to TV to billboards to anything and everything, going through Facebook, they will see multiple ads a day. And what we're trying to do is trying to get you to not be that person, to not be the next ad, to where someone wants to actually engage into your adventure, into what you're posting. So the next few slides that we have we're gonna be showing you like pretty much examples of how not to be so adsy on Facebook and how to stand out and what to share rather than sharing before and after pictures all day long. People are gonna get aggravated with you if that's all you're doing is posting before and after pictures. They, especially if they aren't your customers. And you're just saying, oh wow, look at this before and after picture, or you don't even know their name or how many wraps they tried. So make sure you try to be more creative with your posts. And that's what I use Buffer for a lot, which is another posting app. Like if I know I'm going to be super busy the next day, what I'll do is I'll schedule posts and I'll sit there and I'll think about it for an hour or two of what's going to catch someone's eye, what's going to be more creative, and how do I stand out among all the other distributors and among all the other network marketing friends that I have on Facebook. So me and Ashley are going to go over I pressed that button. Sorry. Okay. Okay, me and Ashley are just going to kind of take turns on why this post stood out. Okay.
So she starts off with, first of all, you can see her kids involved with it. It's not just an ad. Most of the time when you're going through Facebook, if you see just a picture with words, you're going to scroll right past it. You're not going to read it. So this will get your attention even if you don't know it has anything to do with It Works. And then she kind of goes into talking about how her little girl is wearing a t-shirt. And that kind of shows also that your family can be involved in It Works as well.
Yeah, super important. Even if you're just like going to the zoo or something and you have the It Works shirt on, you can still talk about It Works without actually talking about It Works. So people get to see you and your kid, or you with your family on an outing, whatever you're going to do. You don't have to have a bunch of money and go on all these super big vacations to be able to share your adventure. It could just be you watching TV with your son or your daughter, or even your sister or whoever, and saying that you have that freedom. And even if you don't, you know that you're working towards that freedom and you can't wait to get to where you want to be. So just sharing that adventure is something that's going to help. This comes to this picture. Basically, all she's doing is taking a picture of her and her daughter saying they're going to get haircuts together. And she's super excited for the It Works financial situation where she can go and do that with her daughter on their free time. And this is something that stood out to me. Like, I went through hundreds of hashtags of It Works Adventure, and this was something that I found that I would like. If I was scrolling through Facebook, I would like it and then actually go back and look at the picture to see, okay, what is she really doing? She's going to get a haircut with her little girl. And it's as simple as that, doing something like that rather than doing 10 before and after pictures a day. So this is another one.
Okay, so this is Allie and Tristan. This is actually a green carpet, and here you can see they're showing their excitement. They look enthused in the picture. They're not just kind of like, oh, yay, so it works. That you can tell by the picture and their facial expressions that they are excited about what they're doing, that they are enjoying it, and they're actually making money doing it. And that sells, guys. If you're enjoying what you're doing and you're making money and you show people that, it'll be fine. You'll do great. Allie's goal is actually to be one of the youngest top money earners in this company. So she's really excited.
And people want to actually see your dreams and your goals rather than you just saying, okay, I'm an It Works distributor. But what are your goals? What are your dreams in the company? Share that on a daily basis. Tell people what you want to do. And if there is someone out there that has the same goals and dreams as you, they will feel that connection with you, and that's whenever they'll send you a message and ask you about what is It Works Global. You're on your way to this big adventure, and that's something that I want to do. So make sure that you're sharing that as well. This is Alyssa Biliu. This is one girl that I follow every day on Facebook, and I steal most of her posts, which you can do. There's this saying where you have to, like, you can still be a copycat in the business, but you have to copy the right cat. And I love that saying, but I follow about 50 top money earners in this business, and I put their thing that shows first. There's a new little store thing where you can actually go on their Facebook and see their post the first thing whenever you get on Facebook. So every morning I get on Facebook, I see that top money earners have already posted, so I'm like, oh, well, I better get on the ball now and start posting. And I'll go and I'll look at their pictures and I'll try to get basically just ideas on what I should post on social media. And it's working for them, so why wouldn't it work for you? And so that's something that I do. They steal pictures just as much as I do. So if they have like a really good picture, taking it of just greens or whatever, I'll go and I'll take a picture of my greens and it looks similar, and I'll say the same thing. But here she is, she's sharing her accomplishments. She's a presidential diamond in the company. She's also a blogger and an author, and she has a lot of likes on this picture. But she's just talking about how she went to another state in the middle of the week with her little girl, having the freedom to just go to the zoo and doing whatever she wanted. And I know Jessica and Ryan have a lot of freedom and they get to do that as well. They're always posting about that. But just sharing your accomplishments. Like, once you get that accomplishment, just show it out there and just share it all the time.
Okay, so show them that it's easy. Guys, think back to when you first joined. How long did you watch somebody before you joined, and what post made you actually join? And remember that and try and post like that, like what caught your attention. Show them how easy it is to be a distributor. Whenever you sign a distributor, kind of like this picture, post a picture of it and say like, woohoo, just got a new person on my team, and show them the excitement and show them that it happens. Show them that you can do it from your couch while scrolling through Facebook. Show them that it's not something that you have to dedicate to 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. You can fit it around when you go to the zoo in a different state. You can work that day. You can blitz while you're going to the zoo. So just show them that this company, the reason we don't want to be at 8 to 5 is because it's not easy with our lives and our families, and this company is. So make sure you're remembering to show them the little easy pass that It Works gives you as well, and how easy it is to work it, whether you have a family, whether you have a job, whether you have anything, a car, whatever. So if they don't have a cell phone, then go to the library.
Okay. How do I share without being just another ad? So I kind of went over this already on how like you want to stand out and be different instead of like there are still some girls who are guys who focus too much on these kinds of pictures. Oh, yeah. They'll focus on like long pictures where people will not even take the time to read that. So if you're still posting things like that, that's boring and no one really cares, they're just going to keep scrolling through it. They're not going to take the time and read what a loyal customer is. They're not going to take the time and read the ingredients in a wrap. They're not going to take the time to read why greens are good for you. It's always better to just take a picture of yourself or your kids drinking the greens. Get it okayed by your pediatrician if you're doing that. But it's better for them. They'll stop at that picture and they might read it, but they'll definitely read it before one of these pictures. And another thing is, it was supposed to be at the bottom, but it got kind of cut off. But it was the pregnancy picture, what you can take whenever you're pregnant. We are not allowed to post that because anything that any pregnant woman wants to take, you have to ask your doctor. And I've gotten a lot of stuff okayed by mine. So if you see me sharing the greens, like me drinking it or whatever, it's because I asked my doctor. So don't just assume because I'm doing it that it's okay for everyone to do it. So make sure that you're not posting because if you go to Pinterest, you'll see a lot of pictures like this that are boring and not as exciting. And that's why I always go back to following top money earners in the business, whether it's someone on our team or whether it's someone on our sidelines, uplines, whatever. You'll get more attention rather than just posting things like that, especially whenever you don't even put a description with it and you just post a picture. No one's definitely going to look at that. And then Ashley's going to talk about what to post on Facebook.
Okay, one thing before I forget, guys, John Eric at Green Carpet stressed to us how important it is to use emojis if your phone uses them when you're posting because it catches people's attention. So make sure you're adding those in there and also adding a location to your pictures if you can on some sites such as like Instagram because people can pull stuff up by that. So it increases your chances of more people seeing it. So what to post? We've kind of went over it a little bit. But you can see here, these people are posting their accomplishments, their families, it's pictures of them, it's talking about the adventures they're having. It's not just the pictures that Katie was showing you. So it's more interesting if you kind of think in your head, if you were on your feed, what would you stop and look at? Try and make your post more like that. Remember, you're trying to, show people that you're enjoying your job and you're having fun doing it. So just remember, before you post something, kind of look at it and ask yourself, would this catch my attention? If it doesn't, rethink the post and try and do something that would catch your attention, guys.
I'm going to kind of go over these posts really quickly. The first one at the top is something that Candace wrote. She did this the other day and I loved it so much. She put a picture of Stephanie Dunn. She just turned Black Diamond. And then she did another picture of the 20-year-old who just became presidential and now making $17 grand a month. And then she put her picture on the side of it. And she was basically saying all these people are successful, so why can't I be successful? I'm going to get there. She posted her goals. She knows it's going to happen, and she put her picture right on the side of theirs, and she's ready for that adventure. The next one is by Destiny. Just posting a selfie, like she's at a green carpet talking about the fight song, if none of y'all have gotten into it yet. And then Erica's sitting there listening to a team call saying she has no excuses. She has her earphones in. People want to see that this business is easy. So if you have kids, they want to see that you're able to do this business even when you have kids. And trust me, starting a business when your child's only 3 weeks old was difficult, but I made it happen, and other women in this business make it happen, so there are no excuses. The bottom side, Jessica, like I said, they're always posting really good things about her and her family and the adventures they get to take now. They got to move to their dream home in Florida, and it's so awesome to watch, and she's always posting about their adventure. Brittany is posting about her before and after pictures. A lot of people, even some of my new distributors, come to me and they say they're scared to post their before and after pictures. You just have to get over that fear and know whenever you do that, that you're opening other people's eyes and they're seeing that you're actually comfortable with yourself now that you've gotten to that point. And I love watching your journey through Facebook because it's so awesome. And then we have Jen just sharing pictures of her kids and Jessica and Ryan's kids, how they get along so much just because of this business. So that's it. Yeah. But social media is amazing. Just try to use it to your benefit. If you don't know how to use it, definitely invest into the 100-day social media. That's what it's there for. So thank you.
All right, so this next little thing, we're going to do the name of it works. And what I wanted to do here, since, a lot of times it's perception, it's a woman's business. I wanted to get a couple of guys that have never been on stage before. So everybody, give it up for the guys that are about to come up. Brian Gibbs, Ryan Western, and J.P.R. Wood. Okay, everybody can hear me? Yeah. Good. So this first little question, we're going to all answer and take a turn at this one. So I'll start this one off. So first one is, how long did it take you to get on board? And then what was your first aha moment? So for me, I remember clear as day. I was sitting, working at the kitchen table, and Jen came up and showed me Jess's first little post about It Works on Facebook. And she says, hey, I want to do this. I said, that's fine, call up Jess and buy some wraps. She's like, no, I want to do this. And, she had done several marketing, network marketing businesses before that failed. So I was like, well, how much is this going to cost me? And so she told me at the time you could boost and all that, $400. And so about a month and a half later, she gave me my $500 initial investment back. And then what really got my attention was that 2-month check where she went emerald and made like $2,000, like that, in 2 months. So that's what took me that to really get on board, and ever since then it's been nonstop, and we haven't looked back. So with that, I guess, Ryan, what's yours?
So Lauren signed up in July or so, and probably about 3 months in, I finally really got on board. I was never against her joining, but I just wasn't, I guess, supportive. So I kind of have a business mind. I work in accounting, so I started reading the comp plan, the product catalogs, everything that I could get my hands on with It Works. And so at that point, I just saw how awesome the products were, and the comp plan was awesome. So I decided to join. I didn't really have one aha moment that made me join. Probably my latest aha moment though was the green carpet. I know a lot of people have said that, but when you see people on stage who are normal people, and you can see yourself up there, because anybody can get up there, that was probably my biggest aha moment so far.
It took me a while to get on board. I was always supportive, but to actually kind of bite and really go that extra mile was probably this past January at the university in Dallas, and it's kind of my same aha moment with having there, watching Pam do the Ruby breakout, and just making it simple. So I am in the military. I like things simple. I like things explained to me simple, and that really made sense to me. That was really simple. You can make it far. You can make it far. Nothing changes. You do this, X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna get everything that you want out of this company and then some.
It took me probably 6 to 8 months to actually jump on board with Brit. I was totally against it. She tried other marketing companies and it just didn't work. So when she said, I want to do this, I was like, I don't think so. I'm glad she did. Even if she stays where she's at for the rest of her life doing what she does, she loves it. She loves changing people's lives. I love seeing her change people's lives. It's changed our lives. My aha moment for actually jumping on board with her was, I want to say it was Green Carpet 2013 when we went. It was 14. We went, and just being surrounded by so many positive people, it is so hard not to just be like, well, we can do this. If they can do it, we can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to step out in faith and just say, I'm not going to make an excuse, and just do it. It's as simple as that. Just do it.
Thank you. This next question is for Ryan, and it's, what do you do to contribute daily to the business, and how do you support your wife?
So, I'm different than a lot of the guys in this business, and I try to work this business just as much as her. I add people on Facebook, I message people, I post Facebook statuses. I try to do it all, but we found a good balance of housework, taking care of the kids, working the business, everything. So, basically, neither one of us get burned out on one thing. So, if she's doing housework, I'm working the business. If I'm taking care of the kids, she's working the business. We found a good balance. And I guess the way that I support her is just being there for her. I think that's the most important thing. So if she's had a bad day, I'm there for her. I'm there with her to try to lift her up. If she's had a great day, I'm there to celebrate those days with her. One of the things that we were challenged to do after Green Carpet was to pray together every night. And that's one thing that we started that has really grown our business and has really grown our relationship. So one of the things that I think that really does for us is it confirms to each other and it confirms to God that we're committed to this business and committed to helping people. So, and I think, being consistent every day, us being able to work the business together really helps us stay consistent, and that's really what this business is about, is every single day.
Thank you. Speaking about Green Carpet, I see you still have your band on. What's that all about?
Well, we decided to leave them on I actually haven't decided when I'm taking mine off. I think Lauren's going to take hers off when she gets to the end.
This next question is for Brian Gibbs. And it's, how do you avoid getting aggravated with Erica? Working on her phone all the time.
I think he summed it up. He answered my question for me. You know, going to these events, you hear a lot of really moving stories that talk about how this company and the people in this company, it will change your life, it changes your lifestyle. The thing I don't hear a lot is how it changes your routine. And to me, routine is important. And so being on the phone, it changes our routine, it changes the responsibilities of. And I just have to take a step back, put myself in her shoes. I just finished across 18 years with the military. She's been through deployments and mobilizations and moves and really bad jobs. So I try to put myself in her shoes and just go and suck it up, rub some dirt on it, walk it off, and put the kids to bed, you know. But honestly, it's just looking at it and being honest with yourself and going, is this a legitimate complaint, or is this just me not wanting to do something? I would want to come home and just sit on the couch rather than do this, or I want to go here instead of do that. So I think 90% of the time that's the case. And like I said, just walk it off and be supportive and do the right thing.
You guys stay together and y'all work through it. JD,
Yeah,
so he gets the question here. What would you do when blitzing a woman and they ask, so you think I'm fat?
Your daddy gets that all the time.
No. If I think you're fat, absolutely not. Personally, is there anything, any section of your body that you want to fix? Whether you're male, female, young, old, every single one of us has something that we want to fix. I'm not approaching you because I think you're fat. I'm approaching you because I think you can use this. I'm approaching you because I know you want this. It just takes, you gotta blitz everybody. Big, small, young, old, everybody. You never know who's gonna say yes, you never know who's gonna say no. That skinny person that you think, she doesn't need that, you don't know that. You don't know what that person needs until you walk up to them and say, hey, this is what I do. As far as, do I think you're fat? Like I said, no, absolutely not. Everyone is beautiful in their own skin. I mean, I see people for who they are, not for what they look like. It's as simple as that. For me, anyways, you know, I mean, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about anything. Yeah.
And this next one, before I do this question, I'm going to steal this from our buddy Mike Patillo over there. This next question is about blitzing, and it's about everything in this business. You have to get out there. So everybody remember you have to, and repeat after me. Blitz, wrap, repeat. So on that, I'm going to ask each one of you guys on blitzing, how do you go about doing it? I know JD, you just kind of went through that.
Yeah, you just walk up to everybody. Like I said, you never know who's going to say yes. You just never know until you take that step and walk up to someone and say, hey, you know, this is what I do, this is what I'm offering. If you're interested, give me a call. Keep the conversation short, simple. Some people, my wife likes to kind of overcomplicate it sometimes, and, you know, I just try to drag them on, come on, baby, gotta finish grocery shopping, you know. They do too, you know, but keep it short and simple. You know, if you start rambling, then they get aggravated, and they're just like, okay, I'm just gonna take it so they can leave me alone, you know. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it simple.
Thank you.
So I think I have two things. One, make sure you're always wearing your work shirts or whatever you wear that has something on, because so many people will ask you, what is it works or what works? I get that one all the time, what works? So that's number one, and that opens up a conversation that you can have with them. And number two is just everywhere you go, especially if you don't want to walk up to random people at first, because that is very hard. It's still hard for me to this day. So if you're going through a drive-thru, if you're going to the bank, if you're going to the convenience store, just hand them a Blitz card. My wife wants me to get these out, or anything, just tell them something that they, that will make them accept it, and then move on. Because I just find that's easier. Now, I have gotten to where I try to start blitzing people now, so it's taken me a long time to work into that, but you have to start out somewhere.
Yeah, Blitz is hard for me. I've been looking for a place to hide since I came up here. So, typically what I do is I wear my shirts to the gym. Kind of wait for people to come talk to me about it. Put products on my desk at the office. Energy drinks or whatever. Just changing it out on my desk. Talking to guys in the military or at work that mention they have stay-at-home wives or they're newly married or they have new kids and people who are in the same situation as me. So just try to take those opportunities and talk. As far as going, doing like Eric and bring the plane and dropping Blitz cards on the beach, I don't do that, but I'm gonna try to get there.
But yeah, and me on wearing the clothes, I mean, today on the way over here, me and my father-in-law, we stopped at Best Buy to buy the little clicker, and cashier talked to that, that's what it was. And I don't know if he showed up here or not, but he said he may. And then also we went and stopped right after that and got Cowboys, and looks like we're going to be having some customers from that place. They're supposed to be calling Jen today, so that's another good one. But one thing that I do, because I don't do It Works full time, but I'm in sales, and I make it a point to leave Blitz cards on my seats in my car. But every time somebody gets in my car, I purposely put them there so they have to move, and I get a lot of questions. So that's the easy one. So, but that's it. If anybody, guys, you need any help with your husbands or anything like that, we're here. Brian, myself, I'm sure these guys know that they're veterans, are interested in helping out as well. So, thank you.